it's Vanessa coming to you live from Newport Beach. I just finished my boot camp class, and the hardest one I've done yet, but so much fun. And like I told you before, it's only 30 minutes, so even though you feel like you're gonna die, it's over before you know it. And gosh, it feels so good to do hard things. It really does. And I've told you before, that's what I'm all about this year. So anyways, I'm so bursting at the seams to talk to you about something that I learned about my son last night. And you know, in my last video, we talked about just being who we are. And that last video that I did, I think Thursday or Friday last week, is titled, "You Got Stones in Your Backpack." So if you haven't yet seen that, stop what you're doing and go watch that, because this video kind of goes along with that, about just being true to who you are. And so anyways, I got home from work last night and Griffin came running up to me. Griffin's my 12-year-old, and he was really excited to show me his transcripts. That it's like a report card, but they do transcripts. It's not a report card. And anyways, it's really amazing, and he's a really great student, and he has extremely good grades, and he works really, really hard at it. It's really important to him. That's something that getting straight A's and being on the honor roll and that sort of thing is really important to him. It's not something that my philosophy is, I just want you to do your best. I think your attitude has more to do with it than the actual grades. And so he brought me his grades, and then he also brought me this form that I needed to sign. And what it was an application for his electives that he's going to be, basically you have to do an application process to apply for your electives in 8th grade. And he just expected me to sign the form and probably expected me to make a really big deal out of his grades. And I kind of did the opposite, in that it's really great that he has good grades, and I do tell him, how proud I am, because I know he works really hard at that. But when I saw this application and what he said about himself, I am so, here this boy is, that's 12 years old, that's someone that's my baby, right? I feel like I know him. And on this application, really, you feel like you know your kids, right? You could describe how your kids are if someone were to ask you. And I would say, yes, he's this, and he's very smart, and he's sweet, and he's kind, and all those things. But when he described himself on this application for this class that he wants to take as an elective, and this is going to be a two-part deal, because I want him on here. We had a conversation about this morning, and I am so blown away by what we can learn from our kids. They're learning from us, but we can learn so much from them. And so on his application, he described himself as talking about the things that he liked to do. But what he said was, I am a very creative person. And when I saw that, and what I'm practicing in my life is bringing more creativity into my life, and it's taken me to be 48 years old to be able to say that I am a creative person, that these things that I'm doing are an expression of my creativity, that he's 12 and he can already see himself as a creative person. I was freaking out, and he didn't understand why. And it goes back to what I was talking about in my videos, in my last video that I did, about about claiming who you are. I am. Those words are so powerful for us. We say things to ourselves all day long. I'm tired. I'm fat. I'm disorganized. I'm overwhelmed. I even asked people in my office today to complete the sentence. Did that pop up on the screen? My battery is notoriously low. I hope you couldn't see that. Anyway, you probably did. I don't know. I asked people to complete the sentence. I am. And it's fascinating to see what people say. So I want to pose the question to you. And I want to want you to declare who you are. And if there's something, the first thing that comes to your mind, because one of the things that I've been working on, one of the stones that was in my backpack, one of the things that people say to me or have said to me, and I'm really sensitive and I get my feelings hurt and it really bothers me what people think about me, or it did, not as much anymore, I'm working on it, is you're so loud. You are so loud. And you know, I even had a Post-it note on my phone at work that said, shh, to try and get myself to not be who I am. But then when I started examining the rocks in my backpack, those little stones in my backpack that I've been carrying around, I decided to turn that around. And instead of saying I am as a negative, I say I am so full of life. And I'm not going to change because you don't like it. I get to choose who I am. And you get to choose who you are. So this is a really fun thing to do. It's a fun thing to ask yourself. And it's also a fun thing to ask your kids and your spouse. And I want to hear what you come up with. Who are you? Declare. You get to decide who you are. Until we meet again, which is probably going to be soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking the time to comment. I appreciate all of your kind words, and I love more than anything for you to participate in this so we can change together. Bye.